everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me, and welcome to your twin flame reading. So let's get right into the reading. Let's gain insight into your situation with your twin flame. The first card we have is Seven of Pentacles. What is going on in your twin flame connection? Can we please gain insight to what is going on in your twin flame connection? I'll take one more. Okay. So with the first card, Seven of Pentacles, you're feeling like you've invested or put in a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of focus, and you're just feeling somewhat unfulfilled. And maybe you've been considering whether or not this connection is worth continuing investing in, because as you see here with this basket like coming up empty, feeling somewhat unfulfilled, feeling somewhat empty, feeling like your twin flame isn't necessarily meeting your own needs. And so what I'm getting is that you're kind of like at a point, and this pattern seems to repeat, where you're thinking, should I still continue on? I'm not getting anything from my twin flame. I don't know if I should continue on this twin flame journey. And this happens across the board. In all of the twin flame readings that I do, it's like a cycle. It's like we go through these cycles where we feel super connected, we have hope, we're in a good space when it comes to our connection. And then we get into the place where, you're like, what am I doing? Like, is this really worth it? Is this where I want to be? Where I'm always feeling like I'm not getting anything, or I'm not having my needs met. So this is like a cycle, and it repeats. And it's not right or wrong. It happens, again, as I said, with everyone across the board. And it kind of doesn't go away. But what I'm seeing here is that the energy and the effort that you have put in, it's just like planting seeds. If in a couple of days you see that it hasn't sprouted anything, or it hasn't bore any fruit, like, do you just give up on the plant and say this plant is useless? No, it's just not the timing. So as you can see here, just because you're not feeling fulfilled in your connection, just because you're not bearing the fruit of your connection, not feeling the love, not feeling fulfilled in your connection, doesn't mean that it's not possible. Just like there are seasons, like say for example, an apple tree, you can't just pick the fruit when it's not ready to be picked. Your connection, you cannot experience the fruits of your labor right away. And it's not to say that's not going to happen. It's just not the right time. It's not the right season. So right when you're focusing on, like, I've got nothing in my basket, I'm not getting anything, I'm not getting my needs met, is almost like, it's like a test from the universe. Are you just going to throw away the basket and walk away? Meanwhile, look at all of this beautiful fruit that sometimes we don't even know it's there. The seeds that have been planted, the positive affirmations that you've been doing, the healing that you've been doing, all of those are seeds that are being planted that will bear fruit, there will come a time when the fruit is ready to be picked. So Right now you may be feeling like, okay, my basket's empty. What am I doing? The universe is saying, don't give up, because the fruit is about to ripen. And soon the fruit will just, fall off the branches, and you'll feel that fulfillment. You will feel the joy and happiness of the effort that you put into your connection. The faith and the belief, it's still there. Now, again, we may doubt in the connection. We may doubt in ever coming into union. But you don't give up on an apple tree, because eventually the fruit will be ripened and you will have that harvest. You will feel fulfilled in your connection. So even if a lot of us are going through this, it doesn't mean to give up. If anything, it's just like, this is to support you on your journey. Like this happens almost every day with a twin flame connection. Like every day a twin flame is doubting whether or not they should continue. But just like this, this apple tree or this tree, you're not going to give up on your tree. You're not going to give up on your connection. You can't. For one thing, you've tried to give up on your connection before, and your heart won't let you. And whatever your situation is, whatever your twin flame situation is, there's still that tree that is still growing, whether we're paying attention to it or not, whether or not we're watering it or not. It still grows, whether we want it to or not. You can't stop something from growing. And so your union, your connection is growing and will bear fruit, which means you will come into union. Just keep watering your union with positivity, with positive thoughts. Like when you feed a plant things that are not good for it, it's not going to grow properly. It's not going to be healthy. So in order for your connection to be healthy, we have to feed it positive thoughts, positive feelings. So this is a message for you to stay positive and know that your tree of your connection will bear fruit. The next card was Temperance. So again, a lot of you are being faced with, do I follow my heart, or should I be practical and just move on? I get it. And there's no right or wrong answer. If you choose the path of being practical, that is completely fine. By choosing that path, you are going into the direction that will have a certain outcome. When you choose your twin flame path, that will lead you to your twin flame union. It's all in what we choose. It's all where we put our focus. So you see how she's putting her focus on this flame. She's putting her focus on her passion. She's putting her focus on passion of her heart. And so you can never go wrong with that. So even if there's a doubt, even if the separation of your connection brings up all these intense emotions that sometimes we don't want to feel, like if we're feeling sad or lonely or rejected or abandoned, yes, but that's following your heart. So your heart, you are going to feel all these things. Part of your twin flame connection is to help you release these things, to clear the pathway to union. So it is really, there is no right or wrong path. Because, like, in essence, we all want that happily ever after. So even if we don't pick our twin flame, it's going to lead us in a certain direction. It may lead us back to our twin flame. It may not. Again, we get to choose every day. And sometimes we may choose our head over our heart. And It's not right or wrong. It's not a judgment. It's your choice. No one is going to force you to choose what you want to choose. So I feel like the universe is saying, follow your heart, and your heart will never lead you in the wrong way. Despite, every day you have a choice. Twin flame, or do I follow my head and be more practical, find someone else? It's entirely up to you. You will notice a difference though. When you think of your twin flame, it's like the fire is reignited. The fire is lit again. And you cannot help but choose your twin flame. There may be days where we wake up and you might feel so frustrated, so down, like you just don't want to choose it. But you'll find that by not choosing it, it brings up a certain kind of feeling that is also hard to deal with. So this is just saying, you're being confronted every day with whether or not you're going to choose your connection. Again, it's okay if you don't. And if you don't, there are consequences to that. Just like there's consequences to choosing your twin flame. Choosing your twin flame every day, you may have to feel rejected every day. And the funny thing is, it's like working out a muscle. I'm not saying like subject ourselves to rejection every single day. That's not the message. The message is the more we clear, the more we let go of feeling rejected, the easier it gets. And then you just don't feel rejected anymore. It's like no matter what my twin flame is doing, it's not about me being rejected. It's about me letting that go and being okay despite what they're doing, despite what they're not doing. So it doesn't become about them anymore. It becomes about us. I can choose not to feel rejected, even if my twin flame is not choosing me. So we can all do that. Even if it seems like our twin flame is not choosing us, we can let go of feeling rejected. And that's where the healing begins. We can heal through different modalities. We can also heal through our mind. Just by choosing the correct thoughts, maybe not the correct thoughts, but the thoughts that are in alignment with the truth. When you choose thoughts that support your connection, no matter what they're doing, you just know that that's about them and what they have to go through. It also is reflecting that I'm not ready for union. It also reflects that. So it's just like working out a muscle. The more we let go of these emotions mentally, you're healing yourself of these things within the inner child. And sometimes it takes more like work, like choosing our thoughts. And that's why I recommend the inner child healing sessions, because energetically it goes to the root of the cause. And so we're all able to heal ourselves. Sometimes we just need a little help. I know because I went through that myself when I was diagnosed with depression like over 20 years ago. And I needed that extra help to release the pain that I was feeling. But we're all capable of doing that because that's how powerful the mind is. You can heal yourself. Absolutely. And you can ask for help as well. So every day we're being confronted with a choice. What do we choose? Today I choose my twin flame. Tomorrow I may wake up and I may feel like I'm unfulfilled right now. And that's a red flag indicating to us that we have to fill our own basket. When the fruit isn't ready to be harvested, well, we got to find another means of feeding ourselves. So if our twin flame, if we can't receive love from our twin flame, then we better know how to fill our own cup of love, our own basket. And it's possible. That's when love is most fulfilling, is when we give it to ourselves, but we're not taught that. We're taught that love comes from another person. We're taught that as children, that love only comes from our parents. And if we don't have it from our parents, we're unloved. That's not true. We are our own source of love. So choose every day. By not choosing, it's like you're in this limbo. And that's when all the emotions are triggered by not choosing. And choosing also is like a muscle. When you do it every day, you just wake up and you automatically choose your twin flame connection. It just becomes habit. Despite, even if you're not in union, despite, even if they're in a situation, you just know you choose it. And over time, it just gets easier and easier. Okay. So for 5 of Cups, your twin flame is, I'm really picking up from this card that your twin flame is feeling remorse or regret over not choosing you. It's kind of like if they could go back in time and redo it, they would rewind and not choose the situation that they're in right now. Because even though they made the choice of a situation where they can't be with you, they were hoping to hide that intense love that they felt for you, the intense attraction that they couldn't explain, that they didn't understand. And no matter how much they tried to suppress it in the situation that they're in, they can't. You see how these cups of love, it's like always a reminder. It's always there because it's their heart. As their heart beats within them is a reminder of you. And it's vice versa. That's why you end up some days just feeling all this love for your twin flame because it's your heart that's beating. You were created to love one another. So every beat of your heart is a reminder of your twin flame connection. It's like, damn it, I can't bury this love. I can't suppress it. I can't hide from it in a relationship with someone else. They can't either, 100%. The more they try to hide from their love for you, the more they kind of go to sleep. You know, when you're like caught in the matrix and you're just like caught in the 3D reality. People hide out there. That's what the majority of the world does, is hide out in the matrix. Because it's hard to face your emotions. It's hard to face, you know, something that you don't understand but you feel. And nobody can explain it to you, and they don't teach us this. People will run and hide from that in the matrix, in the 3D realm. But they can't, because the one thing that will remind them is their heartbeat. And you know this because you feel it too, as much as you try to suppress it. And we try to suppress it in addictions or, you know, relationships or whatever it is. We can't hide from our own heart because it beats every second, every day. So they are in remorse of their decision of not choosing you. And like the message for you is that they wish they would have chosen you when they had the chance. So it's not too late for you. It's not too late for your connection because you can choose it. You can choose it for your twin flame. You can choose to heal, which will help your twin flame to heal. You can choose to let go of rejection. There's no point for us to feel that anymore. They can reject us by not being with us, but we don't have to take it on. We don't have to feel it. We don't have to accept it. We can just say, okay, I release this. I now release feelings of rejection because it's not fun. Nobody likes feeling that way. It's like the worst feeling ever. The worst feeling ever is to feel rejected by your twin flame. It's like the most painful thing. So I just want to make sure I'm not veering off track here. So we can just let go of feeling rejected. We can use tools to let it go. Even affirmations are so powerful. Emotional freedom technique is the tapping, which I have a video as well to demonstrate how to release rejection. You don't have to take that on. As long as in your mind you don't replay the fact that you were hurt. And I'm not saying to diminish it, but like, I'm not saying this to diminish your experience, but we can take our power back by just letting it go, by letting go of the hurt, by letting go of the pain, by letting go of the rejection. Because when you release that, you come back into alignment. We come back into alignment with who we truly are. And once you're in your power, nothing can stop your union. Okay, so how do they, okay, let's get, what do they want in your connection? What do they want from you? Let's say, what do they want from you? Okay. They want to feel this release from this guilt that they have. They want to be forgiven. They don't want to feel guilty anymore because they just feel guilty. They want to release this guilt. They don't want you to feel resentful. Like they want you to forgive. They want you to let go of the past. They want you to forgive. As much as they don't want to feel guilty is how much they want you to let it go. Because even if they don't want to feel guilty, it's not going to make them feel less guilty if you can't forgive them. So this is like two-part. They want you to forgive them. They want you to let go of the past, of what they did, because they can't live with this guilt anymore. Carrying guilt around is a very, very heavy load. And the heavier the load is, the more we tend to like suppress it in addictions, in things that we can suppress the guilt. So they really need to release this guilt, and they can do that when you forgive them. They cannot release the guilt if you do not forgive them. It's like it works together. When they release the guilt too, then it's easier for you to forgive. So it's got to be like, it's got to work together. The energies have to be in alignment, to work together. In order for you to forgive them, they have to be willing to let go of guilt. In order to let go of guilt, you have to be willing to forgive them. That's what they want. They want your forgiveness. They don't want to feel guilty anymore. They can't come back because they feel guilty. They can't face you. So the Devil card, they don't want to, I feel like this is like fears being brought up. This is also like addictions. They want to be free of this attachment. I'm getting that there is a sense of freedom. So they want to be with you, but they want to feel free. So this is tricky, because as much as they want to be with you, they won't be with you if they don't feel free. And this is like, not to take it personally, because this is how they feel in every area of their life. So if they're in a job that they don't like, they want to be free there too. It's not just you. They want a general sense of freedom, which stems from a childhood experience where they didn't feel free. They felt blocked, or they felt overpowered, that they couldn't move. They didn't have freedom to move. So it's like this pattern where I just need to feel free. I just need to feel free. So if they don't feel like they're going to feel free with you either, they're going to hesitate to come back as much as they want to be with you. So this is not to say that they don't want to be with you. They do, but they're going to hold back because there is this fear of not being free. And whatever situation they're in, they definitely don't feel free. So it's not just your connection. They don't feel free right now. And they're afraid that if they transition to you, they're still not going to feel free. So it's all about this whole idea for them of, I need to feel free. They don't realize that all they have to do is just say, just declare it, I'm free. And they're released. They're released from whatever was holding them back. They just have to say it, I'm free. And then it's like almost magically the universe aligns and shifts so that they're free. So if you're experiencing this too, just declare every day, I'm free. And you will be. Believe it, speak it, empower yourself by saying, I'm free. So they want to feel free with you. And the only way they can feel free is when we love them unconditionally. If they decide, okay, I want to be in this connection with you, and right away they don't feel like you're going to love them no matter what unconditionally, then they're going to not feel free. But when we have the ability to love our twin flame unconditionally, no matter what, like the worst possible thing you can think of, and we still love them, they're going to feel like, wow, there's no restriction. I feel I'm free, because if I screw up, if I make a mistake, they're still going to love me. And I know there's this whole train of thought like, no, don't put up with that. But what happened to learning about unconditional love? Unconditional love is for self, putting yourself in a space, in a frame of mind that no matter what anyone else does, I can choose how I feel about it. That's freedom. That's true empowerment, actually. And it gives the other person freedom, because they're not tied to having things conditioned. So they want to feel free with you. They got to get their head around it. We have to get our heads around that by loving unconditionally, no matter what they do. Because that's just going to be reciprocated. We're going to still be loved no matter what we do. If we are flawed, make mistakes, mess up. And that's what it is. Twin flames have unconditional love, that even though people mess up, you still love them. It may take a while to let go of that resentment and heal and work on that. But it is possible to just let it go, because you can't deny this love that we feel. Our heart won't stop loving them. All we have to do is let go and say, I'm free from whatever that situation made me feel. Are we already at 29 minutes? Ooh, I hope I'm, okay. This is 8 of Cups. So they want to build a future with you. They want to have a future with you. You are their happily ever after. If they could just snap their fingers and have everything set up and you to be together, they would. Because they can't deny their love for you. 8 of Cups is a lot of love. They still feel the same way. They have so much love for you. So I was going to go on to say what is blocking the connection, get some guidance, but we're already at like time's up. So until next time, I'm sending you all so much peace and love. Love and peace.